Fletcher and finds himself in a position to collect a £300,000 a week paycheck at PSG. How? When Darren Fletcher was that age, he was getting job offers from West Brom. 31, Alexis Sanchez, 400,000. It takes a lot to overtake Mesut Ozil as the most undeservedly paid 31-year-old on the planet, but that's exactly how ridiculous Alex Sanchez's contract is. The desperation to offer an Asian footballer wages of 400 grand a week. This guy earns enough cash to buy my food for a year, while squeezing out a dump on the bastard toilet. In the time it takes him to walk his dogs, he's just made enough money to buy a new house. In the length of time it's taken me to rant about him now, he's already earned 60 bastard quid. Mental. 32, Mohamed Diame, 100,000. Okay, Gonzalo Higuain's £125,000 a week contract to Juventus to deliver weekly helpings of disappointment and offsides. It runs him close, but I still can't get my head around the fact that Mohamed Diame, championship standard Mohamed Diame, who should probably be playing for someone like Hull, has found a club stupid enough to give him £100,000 a week, stuffing bags of cash up his nose out in Qatar with Al Ali. 33, Hulk, 400,000. When Hulk was in European football, this man was getting £60 million links to Chelsea. Again lads, he's a good player and yeah, has 70 goals, 125 games for Shanghai out in China. But do you really need to pay someone 400 grand a week to do that? It's the Chinese league. Lewis Graben would probably put up those sort of numbers. And you wouldn't need to pay him close to £500,000 a week. Just a reasonable 90 grand wage and a complimentary comb to style a ball of pubic hair stuck in his face. 34, Graziano Pele, 260,000. A perfect example of the standard of Chinese football is that Graziano Pele, a 34-year-old mid-table footballer, has 43 goals in his last 72 games. But again, you don't need to pay someone £260,000 a week to do it. 35, Andres Iniesta, 450,000. Look, we all know Andres Iniesta is one of the greatest midfielders of all time. This guy is a modern day legend, but I'm sorry. What 35-year-old footballer deserves wages of 450 grand a week? This is ludicrous. Do Vissel Kobe not understand the mechanics of time? This guy is about 2 years off retirement and is on 63 million yen a week, the equivalent of 450,000 British pounds. Every 7 days. These are Cristiano Ronaldo type wages. This is a mid-table J1 League club. Sure, they've won the Emperor's Cup, whatever the hell that is, but under Iniesta, 10th and 8th, an annual £22 million is going into one player's pocket to sit in midfield and finish halfway down the league. The average salary in Japan is 4.1 million yen. In 1 year, Iniesta makes nearly 3 billion. If this is the Japanese league trying to make themselves a global brand, trying to compete with the Chinese Super League, then use this money to invest in youth academies, European scouts. Don't blow the budget on one aging superstar 2 years off retirement. 36, Yaya Toure, 150,000. Yaya Toure is 36 and earns £150,000 a week for a newly promoted Chinese Super League club, Qingdao Hyundai. £150,000 a week for Chinese relegation battles. 37, Frank Ribery, 100,000. Fiorentina are 13th in Serie A, just 5 points above relegation. Let's hope they don't go down, because they're paying Frank Ribery £100,000 a week. He's 37 years old, played just 11 times this season. This man should be stuffed down the back arse of the Turkish league, not being paid stupid money to compete in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. £100,000 a week, and he still gets banned for 3 matches for pushing a referee. 38, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 110,000. Yeah, it's almost sacrilege to criticize Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but because on his day he's a world-class player. But let's take his name out of it, alright? AC Milan, a club stuffed in Serie A's mid-table, battling for Europa League, are paying a 38-year-old footballer who probably bag about 10 goals a season, north of £100,000 a week. He turns 40 in 18 months. I don't care who he is. That's ridiculous.